I decided to write a book about Philippine culinary heritage because I felt that we were losing something. When I'd ask people about recipes or ingredients, they'd be at a loss for answers. And that's when I started doing my research. But I felt it was too selfish for me to keep it to myself, so I started writing this book. I went around the country and realized that Filipino cuisine is much more complex and much more interesting than we try to portray it. It was such a revelation that Filipino cuisine is not just about the food, but it connects us to who we are and even to our indigenous spirituality. And it made me realize who I am as a person. When we talk of the identity of a Filipino, it's important that we not only talk about what we have today, but what we have lost. When you look into Filipino indigenous cooking, you would realize that the connection to nature and the connection to the spirit is a very important aspect. Cooking is actually a set of values. It's how you choose your ingredients, how you choose to cook, on how you choose to serve your food. We have the mechanical part of cooking, but the values in how we cook is lost. I really want my readers to feel a sense of pride in being Filipino. I really want people to connect to the cooking, to the cuisine, find themselves as Filipinos and take pride in our own heritage. With the Americans, the Filipinos were introduced to a new idea of convenience. Life was moving in a faster pace, and the Filipino discovered new ways to feed himself. As modernity brought innovations that changed the landscape of Philippine cuisine. Centuries of culinary traditions gave Filipino cuisine the diversity it has today. Our food culture has changed dramatically over the years. Our culinary experiences have been transformed as well as our attitude towards the food that we eat. A great way to sample the diversity of Filipino cuisine is to delve into the dining experiences that the Philippines has to offer. The simplest and most casual dining experience is in the public street, a venue for flexible feasts where roadside peddlers serve a variety of foods that cater to practically any taste.
Yung mga favorite ko pong street foods ay fishball, kwek-kwek, banana cute.
My most favorite street foods is mais.
Favorite street foods ko po yung, siyempre po yung turon po.
Here, the Filipino breaks bread with peers and strangers alike as they congregate to enjoy not only the food but also the experience.
I think yung mga kasama ko, talagang nakakadagdag sila para mas sumarap yung pagkain mo kasi enjoy yung kwentuhan, tawanan. Minsan pag may problema ka, sa mga pagkain mo nalang dinadaan, di ba?
Iba yung habang kumakain ka, gusto mo yung kinakain mo, and at the same time, na-enjoy mo yung company ng mga kasama mo.
Masaya po siyang gawin kasi una po, kunwari after class, uwian po, sabay-sabay kami kakain. Tapos syempre pipiliin po namin yung mura lang kasi po yun po yung kaya ng budget namin. Tapos dahil po doon mas may time kami makipagkwentuhan sa isa't isa, magtatawanan. Minsan yung mga pagkain, bibigyan pa namin ng mga hugot. So ayun, mas nagkakaroon kami ng bonding sa isa't isa.
Pag katapos po ng exam or ng mahabang day sa school, kasi parang nakaka-relieve po siya ng stress, parang kain lang, sige, ganyan.
Street food seemed to stem from the Filipinos' desire to take full advantage of available supplies, finding a means to monetize any excess produce that would usually go to waste. Discarded animal parts were also reincarnated into tasty treats with catchy names to make them sound more appetizing.
I prefer the more exotic types, like the Betamax, which is like pig's blood that they made into cubes. And this awesome thing called Adidas, it's chicken feet.
Ang paborito kong street food ay isao. Ay, may suka. May sukang isaw. Ito yung intestines ng manok. Nililinis naman to bago i-serve.
We found a way to make them delicious and tasty.
Ang Pinoy kasi mahilig lahat gamitin lahat ng parts. Imbes na tinatapon.
Pinapakuluan muna bago sila itinda dyan. Tapos lahat yon hahanguin, tapos itutusok sa isang stick. And then sa kanila iluluto, iihaw nila yon.
Our street food is not just a culinary experience. It gives us an insight to what makes us quintessentially Filipino.
We like recycling things. We hate having things go to waste. I think it speaks volumes about how innovative the Filipino is and how ingenious he is when it comes to his food, because no matter where he goes, he's never gonna go hungry. And I think that's a very Pinoy trait and something that we should be proud of.
Another preference for public dining is the restaurant. For the Filipinos, restaurants give dining options that were not usually available to them.
I think dining experiences, they vary from place to place. So it's different when you're at home, it's different when you're at your cousin's place or your tita's, and it's different than when you're outside eating. So it's about the experience. That's why most people opt to dine out.
I usually go out to eat Filipino restaurants because I want to try out different food.
I'd always prefer to eat out because I want to try new things. I think restaurants nowadays, they're more focused on regional cuisine, especially Filipino ones.
And there's a lot of techniques going on, a lot of ingredients coming in and out, a lot of organic products everywhere.
There are chefs who push the boundaries with Filipino food now. Mas ma-explore mo pa what can Filipino food do or ano pa yung pwede niya marating.
It is also a great way for foreign guests to sample regional specialties.
I love Kilawin. I was introduced to it by a Filipino friend. I think I tried it quite early on in my stay here, just by the seaside. Just the right level of acidity with that kick of the chili and the bite on the fish. Just great. Great seaside dish.
For the Filipino, home cooking is the true pulse of their cuisine.
Food is a big part of Filipino culture. I mean, look, the moment you see somebody, the first thing you ask them is, have you eaten? And it doesn't matter if they answer yes or no, you're gonna still bring out food for them, right?
I think a lot of Filipinos are looking for these traditional recipes from our grandparents, things we call comfort food. Not because we just miss the taste of these foods, but it reminds us of a certain time, a certain era of our lives that was good. Filipinos tend to associate certain dishes with happy memories. The dishes that we ate in our childhood has a profound effect on how delicious we think they taste, as well as how good they make us feel.
What's also nice about Filipino cuisine is that it's rooted in a lot of personal memories and that it brings everyone together to the table.
Dinner time is like a bonding time for all of us.
It's just you guys. You get to talk about things that, only stays in the circle. And at the same time, because we really enjoy our mom's cooking, so nothing can replace that.
A bowl of dishes cooked by our grandmothers or mothers will always be something that we crave for no matter where we are.
Is it good? Yeah? Of
course.
I remember that day when my Lola Belen would hover over the kitchen table with the ground beef with raisins, potatoes, and hibi or small shrimps. She would labor for hours rolling these lumpias, and then whenever my family would come over, I remember she'd have hordes stored in the freezer, so just bring it out, and in a couple of minutes, we'd have easy-to-eat food right away.
Perhaps this personal investment in the act of cooking a Filipino meal is the reason why it has the power to trigger memories and evoke a sense of home for the one eating it.
I need to smile when I cook. When I prepare dishes, I make sure it's done with care. Even if I chop, I have to enjoy it. Because if I don't, it will just be a flop. For sure.
You have no choice but to cook and put your heart and soul into the dish because people are gonna know. They're gonna taste it. You know, some people say that it's an overly romantic notion, but you can really taste it.
When it comes to food, Filipinos love variety and bold flavors. Our meals are always served as a spread rather than as a course, with all the food laid out for you to pick from. One plate holds our entire meal, and we adjust the flavors to our liking with a variety of dipping sauces.
We always try to serve condiments because we want to please everyone. If it lacks acidity, there's vinegar for that. If you want a fruity kind of acidity, you give calamansi. If it lacks sodium or saltiness, there's fish sauce or soy sauce. And then, if you want some heat, there's always the labuyo.
Filipino food is a communal experience where the meal is a way to connect people to one another. From the kitchens where it is prepared, to the setting in which it is served, to the diners who consume it, every Filipino derives enjoyment from every step of the meal, truly giving us the joyous feeling of being at home among our own people.